Hey friends, we are looking for lesson 22 today, so go ahead and pull that one out. Should be the next one in your folder. Number 1 says, on Monday, Dominic read 2 books. On Tuesday, he read 3 books. Draw a picture and write a number sentence to show how many books he read. So, let's draw the picture first. On Monday, he read 2 books. On Tuesday, he read 3 books. And we want to know how many altogether. Okay, so 2 books might look like 1, 2, and 3. And now remember I said yesterday, since we've switched kind of books that we were in math, we finished one book before break and now we're starting another one. They're going to start some of these being review and a little on the easy side for you, and that's just fine because it'll get harder in the next month or so as they put in new skills for you. So it's okay if some of the word problems are a little easier. They'll get harder as we go. So number sentence, we started with 2 books, we added 3, we have 5 books now. And we're gonna make our answer with a label, 5 books. And you can always go back and figure out what they were asking for either in the final sentence or in the directions at the end usually. Round each number to the nearest 10. Now you have a rounding page on page 26. Let me find it. You have this guy right here that you can use to help you, and it's laminated so that you can write on it with dry erase marker if you want. You figure out which 2 tens your number is between, and if it ends with 0 through 4, it goes back down to this 10, and if it ends with 5 or more, it goes to this 10. Okay, so let's practice that. We won't use that for now because you've used that before, and you can use it at home if you want. 23 is between 20 and 30 when we're counting, right? And we look at the 3 to decide, do we go down to 20 or up to 30? What did 3 tell us to do? If it's less than 5, we go down, and that makes it 20. 38 when we're counting is between 30 and 40. And the 8 tells us to do what? 8 is 5 or more and tells us to go up, and that means it's 40. And when we're counting, 45 is between 40 and 50. And 5 tells us to go up to 50. Write all the even numbers in example 2. So in order to figure out if a number is even or odd, we look at the last number. We look at the 3, we look at the 8, and we look at the 5. No matter how big the number is, we only look at the last number to decide if it's even or odd. And I can't remember if we've gone over this, so I'm going to show it to you one more time. So on page 15, you have an explanation of even or odd. If it ends with 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, it's going to be an even number. If it ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, it's going to be an odd number. So most of us know how to count by 2s. If it ends with one of those numbers when we count by 2s, or 0, because a lot of us don't start at 0, then it's going to be an even number. If it doesn't end with one of these, it's going to be odd. Okay, so let's go back. 23, even or odd? The 3 tells us it's odd, so we're going to skip that one. 38, even or odd? The 8 tells us that it is 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 tells us it's even, so 38 is even. 45, even or odd? 5 tells us it's odd because 2, 4, 6, 8 does not include 5. What is the temperature to the nearest 10 degrees? So we look over here on the thermometer. Our thermometer is counting by 10, so that makes it easiest to find the closest 10. And we can see that it is 30 degrees Fahrenheit. And don't forget the degrees and don't forget the Fahrenheit, because that's important. Divide each shape into thirds. Shade 2/3 of each shape. So if we're splitting something into thirds, that means it has to be 3 equal pieces. It can't be just 3 pieces. It has to be 3 equal pieces. Shade 2/3 of the shape, so we're going to get to that in just a minute. If we are going to do a square, the easiest way to do a square is to cut it into 3 columns this way or 3 columns the other way. Okay? 2/3 means we are going to shade 2/3 or 2 out of 3 of them. 2 out of 3. 1, 2. Okay? Circles are a little hard to divide up. Circles, you always have to start at the middle when you're dividing them. Because if I cut a circle like this, they will not be equal pieces. In order to get equal pieces, I have to cut pie-shaped pieces out of here. So 1, 2, 3. This might have to be as close as I can. Circles are a little hard to eye up. Okay, so that's about 3 equal pieces, right? And I have to color 2 out of 3. 1, 2 out of 3. Triangle. Triangle is kind of similar to a circle. It's probably easiest if you start at the middle, and then if we're going to do 3 equal pieces, you can go to each side or go to each corner if the triangles have equal size sides or equal sides. So that's kind of equal pieces. 2/3 is 1, 2 out of 3. Okay? Order these numbers from greatest to least, not least to greatest, greatest to least. So the biggest number is going to be here, least number is going to be here. So we're going to look at the tens place first. We have 30, 40, 30, and 40. Which is greater, 30s or 40s? 40s are bigger, right? So let's look at these two 40s. We have 43 and we have 48. Now we have to look at the ones place because the 40 part is the same. 3 and 8, which is greater? 8 is bigger, right? So the greatest of all 4 of these is 48. The next greatest is 43. Now let's look at our 30s. Which is greatest? We got these two done. Between 37 and 39. Well, the 30 part is the same. 9 and 7, which is greater? 9 and 7. 39 is greater because the 9 is bigger than the 7. And 37 is the smallest. Find each sum. So when we add on 10, we can add one group of tens onto the tens column, the tens place. So we add 1 onto the 6 and we make it a 7. So what we did was we added 10 onto 60 and we made it 70. So 7 and then the 5 stays the same. Okay. We add a group of 10 onto the tens place over here and make the 1 a 2. And the 6 stays the same. So we added a group of 10 onto the 16 and we made 20 instead of 10 here, and the 6 stays the same. What is the value of these coins? If you need to look it up, page 5 in your book has pictures of the coins. If it's a little tricky to figure out the fronts and backs, look for that page. Page 5. Now, these two are the same size. These are the dimes. They are worth 10. The rest of these are actually nickels. They are worth 5 a piece. And there's no pennies or quarters, it looks like. So when we add them up, we go 10, 20, and what I like to do is add the groups of coins. So dimes add up to 20 cents. Nickels add up to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Nickels add up to 25 cents. And I don't have any more groups, so we're just going to add them up. 0 plus 5 is 5. 2 plus 2 is 4. But I have to remember, when I report it, it has to either have a cent sign or a dollar sign and a decimal point. And if there's no whole dollars, a decimal point goes right there. Okay. The easiest way to do it when it's just less than $1 is probably this way, but both are correct. All right, go ahead and do, hopefully you took notes on side A. Go ahead and do side B. Take a picture, turn it in, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you tomorrow.